What would you do if those closest to you betrayed you beyond repair? If you could imagine the heartbreak, the shock, the sense of isolation that follows such a profound betrayal. To truly understand the depth of this question, let's embark on a journey back to the ancient, nomadic lands of Canaan, a land where the vast skies were kissed by sunlit days and embraced by expansive, starry nights. In this mystical realm lived a young dreamer named Joseph, whose life became a tapestry woven with threads of betrayal, redemption, and eventually, brotherly love. Joseph was the cherished son of Jacob and Rachel, a beacon of innocence and hope in a world filled with rugged wilderness. As the favored child, he wore a magnificent coat of many colors, a dazzling garment that mirrored the hues of the land around him. This coat, bestowed upon him by his father, was a tangible symbol of his father's love and affection. However, it also became a glaring beacon that fueled envy and resentment in the hearts of his brothers, like a flame being stoked to a blazing fire. Life, it appeared, was idyllic for young Joseph, until that fateful day when his dreams became both his destiny and his downfall. Joseph, with a heart filled with innocence and trust, shared his peculiar dreams, visions of sheaves of grain and celestial bodies bowing before him. Yet these dreams were not solely his to cherish. They spoke cryptically of power, of dominance, of a future where he would reign supreme. His brothers, consumed by jealousy and embittered like a slow-brewing storm, plotted against him. "Here comes the dreamer," they muttered with thinly veiled sneers as Joseph approached them in his radiant cloak, blissfully unaware of the brewing treachery. They seized him, tearing away the coat that glittered with paternal favoritism, and cast him into a desolate pit. It could have been his final resting place, the earth silently swallowing his shattered spirit. But fate, in its mysterious and unpredictable ways, intervened. A caravan of Ishmaelites, traders laden with spices, balm, and myrrh, caught the brothers' attention as they journeyed toward Egypt. Driven not by guilt, but by a greedy desire for profit, they pulled Joseph from the pit, selling him into the chains of slavery. Bound and bewildered, Joseph's journey led him to the enigmatic land of Egypt, a place where grandiose palaces shimmered beneath the relentless desert sun. In Egypt, Joseph's story twisted and turned, reminiscent of the mighty Nile that flows through the land. Through every trial, he persevered, his spirit like an unyielding flame, for there was a light within him that no darkness could vanquish. Sold to Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh, Joseph's wisdom and integrity soon wove themselves into the fabric of his new life. Potiphar recognized this, placing trust in Joseph's diligent hands, which in turn brought prosperity to his household. Yet, integrity sometimes attracts its own kind of troubles, like moths to a flame, and Joseph's virtue became his peril. A false accusation from Potiphar's wife, driven by desires unreciprocated, cast him once more into despair, a dark, solitary prison cell. Despite the isolation, Joseph's inner light shone brightly, illuminating the gloom. While incarcerated, he interpreted the vivid dreams of his fellow prisoners, and his uncanny accuracy soon reached Pharaoh's ears. Pharaoh, the ruler of the most powerful empire of the time, was haunted by perplexing dreams. They foretold 7 years of abundant harvest followed by 7 years of devastating famine. Joseph, with divine insight, unveiled their meaning, a prophecy of unprecedented prophecy. Impressed and moved by Joseph's discernment, Pharaoh elevated him, making him second only to himself, tasking him with preparing Egypt for the looming hardship. Thus, amid decrees and prosperous harvests, Joseph found renewed purpose. Time rolled on, and the famine extended its cruel reach even to the distant lands of Canaan. Unaware of his son's fate, Jacob dispatched Joseph's brothers to Egypt in search of grain. They arrived, weary and destitute, standing before the imposing Egyptian official, failing to recognize the brother they had once sold into slavery. Within Joseph's heart, a tempest of emotions raged, surging waves of revenge and tumbling currents of reconciliation. Ultimately, it was the allure of forgiveness that resonated most deeply within him. After testing the sincerity of his brother's contrition through a series of trials, Joseph revealed himself to them. His voice, tempered by years of hard-won wisdom and endurance, carried a warmth born from forgiveness. "I am Joseph, your brother, whom you sold into Egypt. Do not fear nor be distressed, for it was to save lives that God sent me ahead of you." And thus, what had begun as a tale of betrayal culminated in the profound embrace of reunification. A family once torn asunder by jealousy, now tenderly woven together by grace and forgiveness. Joseph's journey, from the swallowing blackness of a pit to the radiant heights of power, forged him into a timeless symbol of resilience and mercy. So, whenever you find yourself immersed in the complexities and struggles of life, remember the Odyssey of Joseph. He transformed adversity into advantage, turned trials into triumphs, and in doing so, he brought healing and reconciliation to a fractured world. This is the enduring story of Joseph, a testament to the unwavering power of faith, the indomitable strength of character, and the possibility of redemption against seemingly insurmountable odds.